Alright, there we go. Playing around with the old Chinese diesel heater. Already done plenty of running it with regular diesel. Just kind of threw it together. It doesn't honestly put clamps on anything. So, you know, do not do what I'm doing. But I'm bored. It's like 3 a.m. Brain won't shut off. So I decided, you know, I heard somebody online saying, you know, would it run on straight vegetable oil? And his wouldn't. But out of curiosity, I mixed 2/3 straight virgin, I think it's corn oil. It's just starting to hit the pump now because that little bubble was where I moved the line into the little test cup. So it's about to hit it. So we'll see if she'll keep running. It is on full tilt. 6 pulses per second, I think, is how the pump's currently running. This is supposed to be an 8 kilowatt model. Yep, there's that little set of air bubbles. So she's about to be running on mostly vegetable oil. If it will run it, we'll find out. Worst comes to worst, so I just have to flush out the vegetable oil, put a little diesel back in there. I'm pretty sure it's either mostly hit or has hit. There's very few air bubbles left in the line. So it should actually be running on veggie oil, or yeah, the veggie mostly and 1/3 diesel mix. Hasn't changed any. The heat output is, let's just say you're not going to keep your hand there for very long because it's that warm. If I had to guess, it's probably would be close to about 50 degrees Celsius, which is somewhere around 140 degrees Fahrenheit. Could be very well warmer than that. But yeah, that thing didn't change at all. This thing doesn't even seem to give a crap that it's running off of that veggie oil mix. Running is exactly the same. It didn't even change pitch or nothing. The heat output's the same. It's a good thing to know. I mean, worst comes to worst, you could use a very small amount, you know, 1/3 vegetable oil. Excuse me, 2/3 vegetable oil and 1/3 of actual diesel. Just still run if it's already fired. I will admit it was already fired and running on diesel, so that could possibly make a difference as well. But I figured if it wasn't going to run on it, it would have probably quit already. Because it's, I mean, literally no change. It was definitely running off of, that's the normal hookup. Not there anymore. That is clearly not pure diesel. You can just see the color difference. Very yellow from the corn oil or whatever kind of oil that is that I use. That's straight diesel. It's got the more, you know, greenish yellow tint to it than the oil, regular vegetable oil over here. But yeah, still running full tilt. Still putting out stupid hot air. Oh, and it's even got a disadvantage that this is the garage. It's like, you know, 40, 50 degrees outside. It's pulling that air out from out there and heating it to the point that you literally will not keep your hand in front of that tube for more than about 3 seconds, because it will make you move it. I'd say I'm pretty happy. For those who are curious about what's powering it, it's just a cheap 20 amp 12 volt power supply off of eBay. It costs $25. Next model up has a fan, so if you're worried about heat, you could get that one. But honestly, the only time I felt it get warm was on the firing sequence. Did have a little hiccup there just then, but that could have been it. I've heard it do that on regular diesel, so I ain't gonna worry about it. But yeah, power supply barely even gets warm, even when the glow plug's running. And that's the one that pulls the most power. Start up and shut down. Glow plugs run on shutdown. I'm not sure, why. I guess there's just a reason for that. If I had to put a guess at it, it's probably making sure to vaporize any remaining gunk that might have built up on the glow plug with it not running. And then, run long enough to burn everything off so it'll definitely fire good the next time. But yeah, she's purring away on that mixture. The thing doesn't even care at all. That's awesome. And it's definitely thicker than the diesel fuel by itself. You can see the difference. I'll just shake it around a little bit. Yeah, that's way thicker than just straight diesel, which is over. You can see the difference in how it moves, even with it like that. That's much more watery looking and acting. On high, this thing's already, let's see, it's gone through a quarter of a cup. Been running for probably about 3-4 minutes on high. Like that. I am definitely happy with this purchase. I'm still gonna have to figure out what I'm gonna actually mount it or use it for. But as long as you can get that exhaust outside, there's no issue.